Well, good evening from London. Welcome to Piers Morgan Uncensored. It wasn't so long ago that when teachers asked children what they want to be, they meant what profession.
What's Piers Morgan getting on his high horse about now?
Now they're asking them which animal, object or beast they may identify as and tailoring their lessons accordingly.
OK, he's referring to a recording from a school where children argue about gender identity during a lesson. Let's see where this goes.
This isn't satire, it's a genuine story. It's true. It's going on in schools up and down the country. And for those of us who have warned for years about the inevitable consequence of limitless self-identity, it sadly won't come as a surprise. But it is shocking. This story begins with a video that circulated yesterday of a teacher in England scolding two pupils for refusing to accept that one of their classmates identified as a cat.
How dare you? You've just really upset someone. Saying things like, should be in an asylum.
I didn't say that. I just said if they want to identify as a cat or something, then they're like genuinely unwell.
Then they've gone.
Yeah, they're crazy.
You were questioning their identity.
I wasn't a question. I was just saying about the gender. I didn't say anything about them.
But where did you get this idea from? There's only two genders.
I just think it's my opinion.
Ah, right, this is where a lot of people get confused. The difference between sex and gender. They are not the same thing.
That is my opinion.
If I respect their opinion, can't they respect my opinion?
It is not an opinion.
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
but
It's not an opinion you can have.
Loads of people think there's only two genders.
There's only a boy and a girl.
Today, there's no other private part. There's only two.
In the interest of simplification, so that I can sum up sex in one sentence, if you're born with a penis, then you're a boy, a vagina, then you're a girl, and if you're born with sexual anatomy that doesn't fit those two categories, then you're intersex.
Gender is not linked to the parts that you were born with. Gender is about how you identify.
So exactly, gender is a construct. Gender is a social idea that, for example, men should have short hair and women, for example, should wear skirts. Women should wear makeup and men should be tough and not cry. All these things are rules. We're not born with them, but we're taught. Now they're being experimented with, broken down, changed and challenged. Here I think the teacher struggles to make herself clear and ends up losing her patience.
In terms of gender, there are lots of genders. There is transgender, there is agender, people that don't believe they have a gender at all.
Yeah, but you can't have that.
You can't have that, it's not a law.
Yeah, but it's not a law, but it's our opinion. We just don't agree with it. We just think it's all just.
If you have a vagina, you're a girl. If you have a penis, you're a boy.
Yeah.
But cisgender is not necessarily the way to be. You were talking about the fact that cisgender is the norm, that you identify with the gender of the sexual organ that you're born with, or you're weird. That's basically what you're saying, which is really despicable.
Despicable. So at the age of 13, those students who were wise enough to express an honestly held opinion, which is one most people in the world would share, well, for that, their own teacher says they're despicable.
No, Piers, they were wrong. The children had confused gender with sex.
And if they hold that view, they should go to a different school. That view being that girls have vaginas and boys have penises.
Listen to the recording. That's not what was being said. You're hearing what you want to hear.
No, they
want to
can't.
be?
They can't. Unless you get a
so
penis
wrong.
attached. No, I'm not.
You're confusing sex and gender.
No, I'm not though. Because if
Yes,
you have a
you are.
vagina, you're a girl. If you have a penis, you're a boy.
Yeah, you can't have a vagina and be a girl, but then
Gender
Unless you
identify
get
as a cat.
surgery, and even then,
Gender
because
is
you've got
about
those genes.
how you identity.
I just
How you
don't agree with
identify.
it.
Yeah,
But
that's
it's
fine.
not an opinion
Yes,
that
it
we
is.
express in this
Yes,
school.
it is.
No, it's not. And if you don't like it, you need to go to a different school.
That's so despicable, they would have to leave the school. I think what's despicable in that exchange is what that teacher said.
As this recording misses any real discussion about the girl identifying as a cat, and the whole thing is the teacher becoming exasperated as she tries to explain the difference between sex and gender, it seems wrong that this incident has been used as a springboard for the discussion on people identifying as animals and things. But come on, Piers, take it away.
The Daily Telegraph today followed up, were interviewing pupils at schools across the United Kingdom for a major investigation. It read like a farce, like they made it up, but it was actually true. They came up with all sorts of examples from all over the country that looked like we were living on, frankly, a different planet to the one that most of us think we're living on. Which makes sense because some of the kids they write about are identifying as alien life forms literally on a different planet.
So I'm not sure about you, but I'd really like to see some more information, some more evidence on this.
They say that children in high schools are being allowed to self-identity as cats, horses, dinosaurs, even a moon. Not the moon, a moon. And they're deadly serious about this. Often this causes disruption in lessons, the Telegraph reported, because in some cases they'll only communicate in animal noises. Pupils at schools where children identify as cats complain to the newspaper that classes are dominated by the children because they insist on meowing. This is not a joke. This is serious.
Again, let's see some more proof.
One pupil at a state secondary school in Wales said a fellow pupil feels very discriminated against if you do not refer to them as cat self. Telegraph discovered that a pupil at one high school is insisting on being addressed as a dinosaur, at another as a horse. One wears a cape and wants to be acknowledged, like I said, as a moon. The children are allowed to wear items like cat's ears, while other human-identifying children are rebuked for untucked shirts. Well, enough is enough. Put it this way. What would you feel if I said I'm a cat?
Go for it, Piers. You're a rich man, a privileged white man. You have a platform to spout your views. Go on, I dare you. Live a little. Here's where we leap to a video Political Custard did a while ago, concentrating on Republicans losing their minds over furries. A lot of the facts they're talking about have never been substantiated.
It's something that kind of took me back just a little bit, and I'm a little shocked, I guess is what I would put it. It's called something called furries. If you don't know what furries are, it's where school children dress up as animals, cats or dogs, during the school day. They meow and they bark, and they interact with their school, with the teachers and that in this fashion. And now schools are wanting to put litter boxes in the schools for these children to use.
It was addressed by a child a couple months ago that they are put in an environment where there are kids that identify as a furry, a cat or a dog, whatever. And so yesterday I heard that at least one of our schools in our town has in one of the unisex bathrooms, a litter box for the kids that identify as cats. And I am really disturbed by that.
How is this sanitary? I'm going to have a discussion with CEO Smith about this. This is something I think, how can schools allow this to happen? I think it's very disruptive within the school system. I think it's very disruptive within the classes. I even heard from one person here recently who said that a student identified as a cat and wanted a litter box. And the school didn't provide the litter box, so the student went ahead and defecated on the floor. Really? Really?
A friend of mine in Illinois actually knows a teacher that comes to school as a furry and wears ears and a tail and uses a litter box at the front of the classroom to relieve himself.
School administrators, what is going on? Nebraska Department of Education, what is going on? State Board of Education, what is going on? If some kids can't wear American flag to walk through the school on their shirt, and you keep them out of school, and you kick them out of school, but it's okay if they wear a cat costume, you have a litter box for them, and that's fine? I don't think so.
I will do some more investigation on that. I know what's going on nationwide. I know it is. It's part of the agenda that's being pushed. I don't even want to understand it.
Click here for another video from that Piers.